Welcome back to a highly sensitive and empathetic episode of Careful Boys. Today we have Brett with us.
Hey.
Woohoo! And we have Gucci over there. Hey. This might be a hard one for some of you. How do you support a friend who is very bad at the thing they want support on?
Ooh. I think I know what you're talking about. So like back in the day when we're all creating and like young and we have dreams, right? There's always some like, we have friends who are still like not there yet. Maybe like they need to work on it a little bit more, but they're just ready to break out and show the world. Right. So they want you to come to all their shows, all this stuff, and you keep going and you're like, man, you fucking suck though, dude. Right? Are you talking about that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you had a stand-up friend that was like really trying to make it, and they're like, hey, I need your help, but they're just really not ready.
I've had that. Yeah. I've had a comic. I was like, oh, by the way, how long have you been doing comedy? Because like I only really saw them at like when I first came to LA, and I hadn't really seen them much since. But I think they were just doing like, I don't know what kind of shows they were doing. I'd never seen them, and I was just catching up. And they're like, yeah, and I was like, by the way, how long have you been doing comedy? Yeah, like 13 years. I'm like, oh.
Ooh, that's tough.
You should stop. You should do something else. No, sometimes it's not your calling. That's, you know, I'm not gonna lie to any comic's face. Like if a comic comes off and they bomb, they're like, you know, sometimes you be like, good shit. I'd be like, man, that was trash. You know that was ass, right? You know you fucked up. They're like, you think so? Yes. Yes, I do, sir, because the fuck, you have one job and it's to make everybody laugh. That's it. That's the whole thing, and nobody laughed. So you fucked up, and that's okay. That's okay. Keep going. But
does it change if, let's say, you have a friend that you've been friends with a long time, and they start wanting to get into comedy, and it's like very early in their career, and they're like, hey, like I need some encouragement. I don't like, you know that if you said, oh, dude, you're whack, they'll just stop. Do you play that more sensitive?
So I will be careful. Like I think you should try. You should. Okay, I'm gonna push people to go try and go be bad at stuff. Right? Like for the first like 3 years of my career, I was terrible. I know I was bad, but you have to be bad to get good. Yeah. For sure. Right? Yeah. We all have.
13 years is a little.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a strong spirit though, huh?
Yeah, that's a long time. You know, maybe you're better at producing a show. Maybe your calling is somewhere else in that world.
Like the passion's correct.
Maybe you could be a club manager.
Yeah, maybe you just don't need to be on stage.
You know, talent guy.
Right.
Damn, I wish I had the balls to just say it blunt like that. I got a homie who's like trying to blow up on Instagram, like with reels and stuff, and he's always coming to me for advice. I'm like, it's just not clicking. We just gotta try, you know, some different formats and stuff. But it's just like some people got it, some people don't.
Some people got it.
It's hard to.
Yeah. What kind of content does your friend make?
It's like real estate stuff. Yeah.
And the real estate is not like, is he boring or is he too many words?
It's boring. It doesn't flow. It's not interesting. It's just like,
damn, all across the board bad.
Yeah, it's just not. There's nothing that makes it stand out. Especially in real estate. People are getting so creative and all these other
It's already boring.
Yeah, it's already boring. Yeah.
There's one dude who rents apartments and he shows the entire apartment, but he will like end up in weird places. Like he'll be like sprawled out in the window. He'll be like fucking in the sink. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's in like Texas somewhere, but I'm not even looking for an apartment there, but I follow his account because it's so entertaining.
Dude, that's how I know you're hitting, man. But when you tell this guy like feedback, does he respond well to it? Is he like, okay,
he responds well. What's cool about him is he takes action, like takes the advice immediately. But like he doesn't implement it fully. You know?
Yeah. It could be just a experience thing, right? It takes time to see what you're saying. But maybe if he's doing it for 13 years, it's gonna take a lot of time.
It's the type of content he's like. At his apartment unit, he's like looking at the fucking radiators and shit. I'm like, this is cool for people who have been in the game for 10 years.
Oh, it's too inside.
But like, you gotta get a noob to stop scrolling and watch the video. They're not gonna sit and watch this shit, bro. Like, you gotta have like sexy, controversial stuff that makes them stop and watch.
Right. True. Yeah.
The government's ripping you off. Exactly. This is how you get them back. The real estate. Like, whoa.
Wow.
And this dude, he's 20. I don't want to put all his shit out there, but like,
narrowing it down so much.
He's in his 20s and he has like 500 to 600 units. Like, he's balling.
Whoa!
Like,
so he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Holy shit! He doesn't even need social media.
He doesn't,
dude.
Well, that's the perfect guy to say stop doing it because it's a great fallback.
Right.
He could definitely just chill, but like,
But also, it seems like his mentality will get him to a point where he'll find it, right? Like he's willing to adapt and adjust.
Yeah.
It's like it's the person that's like, no, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing for 13 years, and it's not working for you, dog.
How many units does that person have?
They don't have their own, so it's not working.
Yeah.
I actually rather deal with the friend that shows up every day, sucks ass, than the person that's the most talented motherfucker ever, and they're never put in a day's worth of work.
Facts.
Yeah, because that actually like it hurts me, because I want to see them succeed, and then like let's say I'm like we try to set up things or we do things together, and I try to actually support, because I actually enjoy supporting friends. So if I try to like support, and then the minute I'm like, okay, cool, you're doing good, and I let go of like the training wheels, and I just see them go, or they just stop doing their content, or they stop doing whatever they're doing. That actually like breaks my heart.
That's true,
And I'm like,
yeah.
fuck, you know. Versus
You helped all this. You invested all this work and time.
yeah, and I know like they have the talent or potential to do it, but they're getting in their own way. Versus like someone that's like maybe really sucks ass, or even like in the fitness space. Let's say there is someone with fucking hypothyroidism and it's really hard for them to lose weight, but they're doing the 10,000 steps a day. They're trying hard. Like if you try hard, I'll try hard. I'll match you. We'll go 13 years or whatever. Even if you get fatter, I'm like, I'm still here with you, dude.
that's dope.
You know, but then but if they're like the last thing you want is one with everything, and then they just aren't down and put in the work day to day, that actually is tough.
Did you ever to coach somebody that you were just like, I gotta let this person go?
Every time I think that, you just stick it out with them and they'll prove you wrong, I think.
Oh, really?
That's how I feel. Like there's been times where I get some people where I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this dude. And I still get those clients where I'm like, dude, you can't even fucking move your hips, you can't do anything properly. But you know, just the right amount of volume, the right amount of time. And I think just constant encouragement is helpful. I think it's helped me a lot to see that for others. But
How about in jiu-jitsu, if you have like a friend wanting to get into it and they're just like not good at it at all?
and I tell them, I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's where you should be. You should suck at this. Like what you were saying. Like you just have to eat dick for a whole like 5 years.
13-year white belt?
Well,
That's
then you're
almost
not.
impossible though.
Yeah.
Hey, never say never, dude.
Year 14 is gonna be your year, dude.
I think he's also a good coach too.
Year 14.
He knows how to push people and corral them where they're like on the right
Because
path.
honestly, that's what it really is. So, like what you pointed it out
They're
perfectly.
like 70.
I think so many people, when they stop, that's what kills everything because they get in their own way.
Yeah.
Because
I'm a 5-year white belt because I stopped for 4.5 years.
Okay. Do they count those years?
Because all the so in jiu-jitsu, if we use as an example, all the black belts you talk about, so for every one black belt, there's probably 100 and 200 white belts that joined with them at that time, right? Like let's call that like their class. They'll tell you when I joined and showed up, there's probably a bunch of people that are more athletic, stronger, faster, got the technique better than I did. I was actually the shittiest one, but I just never stopped showing up. So that guy became the black belt because he just kept going. Whereas the people that came too easy, sometimes they'll abandon it themselves because they're like, oh, it's not that much of a challenge.
for real.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'll see the guy that comes in the first class smashing, and you're like, oh, dude, this guy's gonna be somebody. And then like, wait, what happened to him? I'm going 2 weeks later, he's not even there anymore.
That's the same across, I feel like, so many genres of work. Same, like, if you'll see somebody like, very rarely are we ever gonna have an Eddie Murphy again, where he just fucking kills it in his first 2 years of comedy, gets on SNL, never has to audition, books all the movies, writes his own movies. We're never gonna have that again. That's an anomaly, right? But a lot of times what happens now is like people blow up so fast and they don't know what to do with it because they didn't put in the work.
So they're not
right?
ready.
They're not
Yeah,
ready.
they're
Or I'll
not
see
ready,
like a lot of like influencers, they are like, oh, you know, my agent is telling me now I have to learn how to be a stand-up, and they think it's gonna come easy because they get to really control their presence online, right? You get to edit and re-edit and re-edit and reshoot to get it perfect. Where on stage you have one shot, you have one opportunity to make people laugh live, and they don't know about you and your internet presence. These are complete strangers, and they have no preconceived notion about who you are. You have to do all of that work in the set time that you have, and that is hard work. Just to get 15 minutes, like a solid 15 minutes, it took me like 5 to 6 years of hard work. Yeah. For sure.
And you have to bomb a lot
You have to
to
bomb a
construct
lot.
those jokes. that make up your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then for YouTubers, they don't even know what that's like.
Have you guys ever had a friend who was getting into something or was doing something that isn't what you do at all? Like, let's say you have a friend who does like pop-up bakery stuff, and their stuff is just bad, but they want your support, and they're like, "Hey, can you post my bakery page? Can you do this?"
Oh, yeah,
like, how do you do that?
Were like, oh, I'm starting a clothing line, and I'm like, who is wearing this? But like, I'll show up for you still.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna buy it because I don't wear like I had this one friend back in the day who had these like just tattered clothes, and it's like, okay, cool. But like, it's not really clothes. Like, you can.
You know, all of my friends, no questions asked, I support.
I'll still show up.
Yeah, no matter what the product
Yeah,
or how
yeah.
bad it is.
If it's a friend. But there's a lot of fans that will be like, hey, put me on.
Oh yeah.
They'll send me
Fans are
they
different,
stuff,
yeah.
whatever. I'm like, nah, I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
But if it's a friend, you'll always like.
If it's a friend,
and it's
100.
certifiably a bad product though.
That's. I mean, if it's not like you wear the shirt and you get a rash for 5 days. But if it's like
That's crazy.
It's not a hazard to your
But if
health.
it's a subjectively bad, you know, not objectively bad, like it's just like if it's subjectively bad, like the design's just ugly or whatever, I'll still support. Because to me, friendship goes above all of that.
I modeled for that friend.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's
She was
real.
like, yeah, would you model? Yeah, and she was like, do you want the shirt? I was like, nah, you can keep it. I said, no, I don't want to take your product.
What about if it's like a friend who's like a bad singer, and they're like, can you post this on your page? Like,
That's too tough.
Yeah, because then I don't want people to think I'm making fun of you. I don't want, because I post a lot of funny shit.
that's true. If you did it, it would be like you're roasting them.
Yeah, low key.
But what if it's like, because you know how sometimes every now and then this thing will happen when your friend will hit you up and go, hey, I'm in the middle of this singing contest thing, and if I get these many reposts, I'll move on to the next level. Like, what do you guys normally do in that situation?
You know what I usually do? So if it's not objectively bad, like if they sing and your ears aren't bleeding, it just sounds bad. I think I do my duty as a homie to always support, and then I let the market figure it out. Because the market doesn't lie, right? So if it's like he wants me to promote this ugly ass shirt, he's my homie, I'm promoting it.
See my shirt's ugly.
If it doesn't sell, I'm like, that's not on me. That's what the market's telling me.
Okay.
I think that's it. I think that's it right there. Like,
I can only give you the bump. That's it.
Yeah, but I try to I do my duty as a homie, but I can't guarantee success. That's not my responsibility.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever tell people, like someone to be like, yo, you gotta stop. But what's cool is some people can take like, bro, this shit is ass. You gotta. And like those are the best people. They can like hear that and be like, all right, you're right.
Right, because that could be the thing that makes them good. Because like, for me, I feel like some of the things that pushed me in my comedy, like I remember early on, I did an open mic, and it's like fucking, it's happy hour, it's daytime, broad daylight, so the light's coming in, and you could tell that nobody knew comedy was happening. It was happening to them. And this dude, like, I don't know what joke I was telling at this point, because it was so early on, but I just remember like looking out into this like hallway gunshot bar, and this guy who was not paying attention to the show at all. I finished saying something. I can see it to this day, this glass of cognac, right? He puts it down, he goes, nigga, boo. And then goes back to drinking his drink. And I was like, okay, and I didn't know what to do because I was so green.
I'm just gonna hit out.
Wow. And I genuinely feel like I only got good at what I do to spite that man. Wow. To spite him. I don't know
What a moment.
I don't know who he is.
What a fucking villain origin story.
Literally.
Who is this person?
Yeah, it was sassy guy.
But he has no idea.
Sounds like a sassy drag queen just freaking chewed you out.
Just played a part in my story.
2 words.
Yeah, 2 words.
Wow.
That's great.
That's all it took.
That's all it took, man.
That's all it took.
So sometimes you need that. Like, you need that push.
Yeah. Because that's like literally someone saying, shut the fuck up, I can't enjoy myself. And I'm like,
That sounds nicer.
that does, right? Wow.
I can't enjoy myself.
Damn, that was crazy. But you do need that though.
Yeah, I think so. We do need those.
Because then once you crush it in your mind to like fuck that fool, I made it and I did this for you, you stupid ass. But then thank you, you're my master splinter.
Yeah.
I remember when Master Splinter said that.
Yeah, it was season 2, episode 16.